just say go. You know, just tell us. Just say go, and I will
Right. I'll give you a countdown.
go. I'm gonna double check, make sure. Oh, I don't have it unmuted. Okay, there we go.
Oh, we've been silent this entire time?
Huh?
Have we been silent this entire time?
We're not silent now.
I see. Right.
Anyway, all right, guys. This is then we're gonna be watching Morrowind here. This run I've been kind of anticipating and being excited to check out. There's also the 80% bonus run incentive, Matt. I forgot to inform you about that.
Do we have any donations for a name?
We can ask Artemis. It looks like he did. I don't know if he said any that he was going to put his money towards. Artemis, if you're still in the chat, do you have any preference? Do you have a preference for a name for putting the donation in? If not, then you can name it whatever. I don't know if he's still in the chat though.
All right, no worries.
All right. Yeah. All right. So yeah, just name, whatever you'd like to name him, I guess.
Should we get going?
I said just count. Oh. Okay. Yeah. We'll name it. We'll name. I'll put the $5 towards naming the character. Ramza. There we go. Because FFT is my favorite Final Fantasy. There we go. We'll name him Ramza.
How do I spell that?
Ramza.
All right. I'm gonna get going then. But
Okay,
not actually start. I'm gonna start the beginning cutscene.
Like I said, just say, go or start or something like that.
There you go.
All right, guys. So this is Morrowind. Morrowind
What's your name?
is like an open world RPG played in first person or third person. It's from 2002. So this is the main quest run where we run through the entire main quest. And we're gonna do a whole bunch of things and do a whole lot of trickery throughout the run, and basically just do a ton of quests as fast as possible.
Well, not even last night's storm could wait.
The first bit of info
I heard them say
is that
I'm sure they'll let us go.
you move faster when you move diagonally, and that's about 40% faster than just holding forwards. So I'm gonna always be holding diagonal forwards, left or right, while I'm moving, so I get that movement bonus. And I'm gonna give you a countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. So right here I can skip the guard and I got it. It's really tight. Basically, if you strafe around him, you can avoid having him walk in front of you. It saves about a second.
This is where they want you.
Right here I'm gonna open up the pause menu and move my cursor in a certain position. That allows me to pick a race faster.
I'm sure you'll fit right in. Follow me
And Red Guard has this ability called Adrenaline Rush. You can use it once per 24 hours of in-game time, and it gives you a bunch of movement speed for a minute. So a lot of the run is going to be optimizing use of Adrenaline Rush. And right now we have to select our class. It's a bunch of pointing and clicking. And there we go. Basically, the class gives me a spell to summon a dagger. And that's from the Conjuration skill. It's quite good for a level 1, but we actually only use that to kill 2 enemies. And right there, if I grab something and then drop it before the guard confiscates it, I can keep it. And the item I stole is very valuable, so we're going to use that to get some starter gold. So we're just leaving the first area here. We're gonna do first a little bit of shopping. First thing I have to pick up is resist magic spell, and that's gonna come up a little bit later. I'm also gonna sell the clothes that I have on me and the platter for gold, and I'm gonna buy 2 scrolls of CV intervention, and that will teleport me to the nearest temple, which is in Balmora, which is pretty much the first town you visit. Now here, we take a perfect line to this guy who falls from the sky and steal these scrolls for free. These scrolls will grant me a massive jump, but we need a way to survive, so that's going to come into play later. Right here, we make a short detour to this tomb. There's a very valuable item that we're going to use to sell and get more gold. So right after I steal this ring, I pop my scroll and it brings me to Balmora. I'm going to get my spell ready of Adrenaline Rush because I'm going to use it very soon. Oh. Somehow died there. I think I fell here, which is abnormal because I was saving. Anyway, we're a little bit behind, but that's okay. So I'm just going to grab this ring and then teleport again. And right here is the potion shop. We're going to do a lot of purchasing of things. I'm going to wait 24 hours to get my Adrenaline Rush ready. And make a trip next door to kill this woman for clothes that we need for a quest later on.
Death awaits you.
I need a shirt, some shoes, and her skirt. So she's really defenseless. She just punches you, which basically does nothing. I'm gonna pop the potion of marking right there. So when I use a spell called Recall, it will put me back to that very spot. I joined the Mages Guild to get some free items. And right here, this person is a spell maker, and I'm making a resist magic spell that I'll use very soon. Basically, there's an item that blinds you, so you use the spell to resist the blind, and then you gain a very great speed bonus. And this guy has the recall amulet, so I will be able to recall to anywhere I mark. And now in here, I can steal this very valuable armor and sell to this merchant, who is very conveniently right here. I'm gonna wait 24 hours to refresh his gold, sell that ring I just got earlier, and then sell the rest of the armor.
Whenever you got a chance, do you mind if we read a couple donations?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, so we have $11 from Rem. Says 11 hits, that's $11. And then we have Artemis donating $5. Says loser buys drinks. And thank you guys so much for those donations. Again, if you guys want to get those donations in, use !point donate. If you guys want to see where you can put those dollars that you donated so generously, you can help us meet incentives, such as right now it's games that are currently coming up. Let's see here. We have Princess Remedy. You can there's a bid war right now that's going on. We can choose who to marry. So that's something. There's a certain specific choice you guys like to see. You guys can donate to that, or even the character choice for Mario Kart Wii,
I'm not giving up.
or even Nitro versus Retro. It's just naming a few things that are coming up that you can. And again, like I've always said, even as simple as $1 helps out a lot. We're little. It looks like I believe we're like a little less than halfway from our goal. So please do help out if you can. Anyway, back to the run.
Alright, so now I'm gonna actually start the first quest. Gain some training from this quest giver, Caius. And I'm gonna move my menu up so it's faster to train by just double clicking and opening dialogue repeatedly. Now I'm gonna cast my spell and it worked, so I'm gonna be starting to move a lot faster. And I use this scroll called Divine Intervention, which brings me to the nearest Imperial fort, which is right outside the town, which is closer to where I have to go right here.
You won't escape me.
So in this Stormer Ruin, we're getting a quest item. We're just gonna go and steal it very quickly and go back to the town with a recall. And next up is, now that we have a bunch of gold, we're gonna buy some supplies. First thing is potions. Before I buy potions, I'm gonna bribe her a little bit so I get better prices. I'm gonna buy a bunch of healing and marks, as well as a levitation potion. So I'm gonna buy about 12 restore health potions that will heal me throughout the entire run, and 18 marks. So I'm gonna move my menu so that my cursor is closer to the position of those items in the bartering window here. And I'm done with that. Now I'm gonna buy some scrolls from this woman here in the Mages Guild. And these are a speed boost, more of those teleportation scrolls, a scroll that helps me unlock stuff, and some damage scrolls.
Someone in the chat was asking how'd you get so much starting gold?
Oh, I was basically able to sell some armor that you get from the Caldera Gorak Manor. There's a set of Orcish armor that's very valuable. So you actually can just take that without getting any crime against you. I don't know why it works, but it just works like that. Okay, we bought all of our scrolls for now. We're actually going to turn in the cube right here in the Fighters Guild. Gonna go ahead and start the next quest over at our good friend Caius. I'm gonna set a mark in front of him, grab the quest very quickly, and CV basically across the river, because now I have to visit the Mages Guild again to... Oh. Actually, no, I have to, sorry, I have to make my way to Satanin. And I'm gonna wait 24 hours again.
We make a special trip just for you.
Where would you like to go?
So, over by Satanin, there's the basically next objective. In this tomb here. I'm gonna start some keybinds. So I'm gonna keybind my healing potions, my fire damage, and my unlock scroll. Gonna get my divine intervention ready. I must have sold. Oh, that's okay. I must have messed up in the scrolls, but that's alright.
Greetings and salutations.
Okay, we're back to where we should be. And I'm just gonna rest again. for this adrenaline rush. I'm going to start using these scrolls of celerity, which give me 10 to 30 points of speed. It's kind of random. It's basically like uniform chance. So there's a little bit of RNG with the speed boost that you can get from it. And right here, I'm taking care of this guy for part of the main quest that's way later. And you have to be really careful. So I use frost scrolls to take care of him. Otherwise, he would pretty much destroy you as a level 3. And right now I'm gonna do the rest of
If there's
my
anything I can do, I am
potion,
humbly at your service.
scrolls shopping. So if you sell back scrolls, you can buy them in larger increments, which saves a lot of time. Because we need a lot of scrolls to basically make our way through the game as a low level. So mainly buying the frost scrolls, the fire scrolls, and the speed scrolls as well. And I'm gonna sell the spear back that guy had. And we're gonna turn in the skull at the Mage's Guild over here that we just obtained. And I'm gonna pick up a levitation potion from this person. And next quest is to head to the largest city of Vivek, where we're gonna gather some info by helping some people who are in a few places.
We make a special trip just for you.
I'm gonna pop one of my potions here and use one of those scrolls of celerity. So a lot of scrolls we pretty much use by keybinds instead of
I will
opening up the
listen,
menu,
Commander, but make it quick.
because otherwise it wouldn't be worth it.
Prey approaches.
So keybinds are really important, and you can get a lot of mileage out of keybinds by using a keybind in conjunction with next spell or previous spell, which I have on C and V. So first person is done. Quick detour right here to buy some potions. Hope I have skooma on me. Telvanni Bug Musk is used for a quest, and I bought another levitation potion, which we're going to use it's pretty soon. And this person right here we have to kill because this Khajiit we have to talk to is being harassed by him. So now she's down here. You can talk to her first, or you can save time by killing him first and then going to her, and she'll give you the information. And then last person we teleport to using Almsivi. I'm gonna do this trick here to pick up a book and then drop it before it's confiscated. And then this person will give me their notes. And that's it for that quest. Alright, grab the next quest here. So next quest is very brief. We're pretty much just going to this inn and bribing this person for some more information. And I got good RNG there because he needs 80 disposition, and I got it in 1 bribe. So it saves me some clicks. Alright, next quest is kind of where the game starts getting more ambitious. We're gonna head to this northern city of Cool and use one of our Icarian flight scrolls and Adrenaline Rush all in one shot and make a big jump to this very specific spot. I'm gonna mark and recall, and it'll put me on the ground safely so I don't die from fall damage. So now we're in this cave, and we're basically getting a quest item for the place we're about to visit before we have the quest. Right here, I use my last levitation potion. Continue making my way up here. Right here, there's a staff that gives me levitation, so now I have a reusable source of levitation. And at the very end, you need to use fire damage on this ghost, and he has the item that we need. So we're going to recall out of there. We're going to go up a little bit. Right now there's wind, which is pushing me, which makes me actually go a little bit faster, so that's good RNG. And we have to talk to this guy first before we will get permission to talk to the leader of this tribe called the Urshaleku. And I basically say, I've completed your first trial, even though I've never met him before. And now we have to wait till it's 6 AM or 6 PM. But first we have to do this dialogue with this person. And we're gonna make another big jump. I'm gonna get my new staff ready so I don't die. You gotta be careful there because you don't want to get too close to the ground, but you kind of want to make the most of the jump because you move very fast. So now I've only got one of those scrolls remaining, which I'm gonna use at the very end. And we're here.
In the dawn hour under Azura's star,
there's a very special item that doesn't really help us, but it's very special in terms of... and then this person is a past hero that gives me one of her artifacts, which are some special pants that also allow me to levitate. So I'm going to be using those instead of the staff, even though we just got the staff. But it's a little bit better because it gives 10 points of levitation, whereas the staff only gives 1 point. Anyway, we're gonna go over here, over this hill, into this tomb and take out this vampire. Just 3 scrolls is all you need, and hopefully you can make it out of here without getting hit. I got hit once, but it's fine. And we have to travel a little bit to get the quest going for the Zainab camp. So right now, I'm basically trying to get an exalted status with 4 different tribes and 3 houses, now that I've obtained this this artifact from that cave I was just at. And the first one is the Urshaleku tribe, which is satisfied by obtaining that ring that I just got, so that's already done. This guy wants you to get him a bride. And he wants a high-class bride. And you do that basically by tricking him.
What do you need?
And you purchase a slave later on, give her the fancy clothes and perfume. And then you basically bring her to him and get the exalted status. But before we do that, next thing we're gonna do is the one of the houses, which is the Redoran house. So you go to this very large building. There's a lot of different places here. You can get very lost. The first one we have to visit, though, is here, where this guy is being held captive. So I'm going to use my unlock scroll to open that, and now he's going to start following me. This person not happy with me, but that's fine, as we can get away safely just in time.
Quickly, Outlander.
So now I just have to escort him across this little kind of bridge walkway area, and if the guards get in the way, I can do a little resting. Like right now. And it's clear. I'm also going to get my adrenaline rush ready because we're going to do a lot of movement here in this whole area.
Where's that slave? Oh, not long ago.
So I talked to this guy who was his father. Then we're going to start convincing the other leaders of the Redoran that we are worthy of being their Hortator, which is basically their war leader. Or, I guess, representative. I think the tribes are like the war leader, but for the houses they're like the representative of sorts. So that's the second one. Third one is in the middle here. So that's done. Next one is to the right of that place. I'm basically recalling, because I had set a mark in the center, and you basically just have to talk to them about one thing, and since you freed that guy, and you have the special ring, they'll immediately give you their approval. Except for this guy, though. He is not happy because you just broke that guy out of his jail, and he wants to duel you to the death in Vivek City. So we don't do that quite yet. We're gonna go and get the next quest from our good guy Caius. He reports to us that there is some activity of the 6th house, which is basically the main threat of the game. So we're gonna beeline there right now. Best way to do that is to do some little fast traveling here and there. First is to Vivek. And then gonna take the boat at Vivek to coastal city of Hua-Od. Do some more resting for adrenaline rush. And then to Narmak. It's right outside this place of Narmak. Gonna pop my Scroll of Celerity and Adrenaline Rush for that little extra movement speed. And I'm gonna be levitating through this section. So I'm going to be moving diagonally all throughout here, just trying to avoid any stalactites that may get in my way, or little cave formations. I'm pretty much fast enough so that I can ignore all the enemies, but we're going to have to take care of one enemy who can be pretty difficult, because he actually reflects spells. So all of our spell-based damage can get reflected, so you pretty much need to use health potions on this fight. Gonna refresh my levitate, and we're already in the final area, and he brings up a dialogue. I'm gonna alternate between frost and fire for a little bit more DPS, and I'm gonna go over here and grab this artifact, which gives me some extra strength, which theoretically makes me move a little bit faster because your movement speed is slightly based on your encumbrance. And it doesn't really take any time to obtain that item, so I go for it. Next up is some Hlalu Hortator stuff. So we're gonna mark at Vivek now, and make our way to Saran because there's one of the representatives for this house is basically right here. So you just travel to Saran and go over here. And now that that's done, I'm going to actually do the duel to kill that one leader who challenged me just before. So I'm going to mark in front of this guy because he's got some convenient fast travels. We're already at the arena, so I'm going to use some frost scrolls on him, and you gotta be really careful to not get hit. So if you're levitating, you can kind of mess with the enemy AI and make them flee. So that's how you avoid dying, because he has a Daedric Daikatana, which is like one of the most powerful weapons. So it's going to be a one-shot if you get hit by that. And now this guy here, this angry Nord, has to be dealt with fire, because Nords are immune to frost. And you can bug out his AI by floating over the bed there. If you get hit, he has a paralyzation dagger, so...
Unexpected for sure. Well, it is showing you are on. You are on.
Yeah, I just
Should
started
be,
OBS again.
Gotcha.
So let's...
Yeah, still waiting on the game. Just give me a countdown when you're ready.
Okay.
Yeah, as of right now, I have the timer paused. What I was trying to say.
Alright. Oh, I'm not very far behind at all. That's good.
All right.
Okay. You ready? Is it
As ready
showing?
as you are. Yes, showing. Oh, hold on. Yes, the game is showing. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Just give me a countdown when you're ready.
Alright. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and we're back. Okay, I had just taken care of this guy. So we're gonna blast him with fire and get out of there as fast as possible. I'm actually gonna do a quick save and quick load, because some loading stuff gets a little messed up. Alright, so right here, there's the next counselor we have to talk to. And once we talk to him, we're gonna go on to the next counselor. So yeah, there's a lot of diplomacy in the run, a lot of bribing, a lot of talking to important people, and getting their support. So this one is right here, and they're taken care of, and that's the last one for Hlalu, except for the very final guy, who's kind of an infamous character for a few reasons that I won't get into. But he wants 1,000 gold, so we'll have to pay up. And now we've got Fortitor for House Hlalu. Next up is going to be some Telvanni stuff, and then we're going to cure ourselves of corpus disease that we obtained from fighting one enemy in that cave a little while back. Basically, when you kill him, he curses you with an incurable disease called corpus disease, and part of the prophecies of basically the hero you're playing as is that you will become free of disease. I forgot you have to bribe her first a little bit before she's willing to support you. And now I've got her support.
What is it, peasant?
So then the fastest way to get to where we have to go is just by basically floating over some islands. Gonna use the Adrenaline Rush and the Scroll of Celerity combo. One thing you can do is, since the Scroll of Celerity gives you a random amount of speed, which is 10 to 30 points, you can basically re-roll and keep trying to get a better bonus. So you have a limited amount of re-rolls because you don't have that many scrolls, so you gotta be careful. And this guy is basically the one who will give you the potion you need to cure yourself of Corpus, which has never worked on anyone before, and it has basically killed everyone who's used it, but miraculously it'll work for us, because we're basically special, so. But we're not guaranteed to be special. You don't know you're special, but it just kind of plays out that way.
I can do for you?
And once he's given it to us, we can immediately leave.
Mind if I just can pop in just for one quick donation?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, so $13.10 we have. Let's finish. Cinder Phoenix says, let's finish out those incentives for Earthlock. Again, thank you guys so much for the donations. If you guys got the spare money, do please help. Like I said, even $1 helps out. So, you know, all this money does go to Go Rescue, which is a nonprofit organization to help homeless dogs recover and find new homes. So, anyway, back to the run.
Alright, so these guys are a little bit different. Now we're in the Erebenimsum tribe, and instead of diplomacy, we just murder them. So they're all Dark Elves, and Dark Elves have a resistance to fire, so that's why we are mainly using Frost on them. So if we grab some of their relics and present them to the non-warlike member, he will give us the rights as the leader of their tribe. Before I talk to him, I'm gonna get my Adrenaline Rush back by waiting. So basically you do a little bit of persuading to this guy, and he'll give you the title. Now we're back in Sadrith Mora, which we went to earlier just before to get to that place to cure ourselves of the disease. But now we're going to deal with one of the counselors there for Telvanni. And he needs some gold before he'll give us support. And so that's done. Next up is going to be another Telvanni counselor over the water, over a couple islands to a place called Alderun. And this guy will never support you, so you essentially need to murder him. He's also a Dark Elf, so we'll also be using Frost on him. And he's got two Dremora bodyguards that we'll basically manipulate into fleeing right here by levitating. They also have Reflect on them, so you have to be careful. And usually you pop 1 health potions. Now that we've taken care of him, we're going to purchase our bride for the Zainab camp. So this person sells slaves, and if you have the right items, like I obtained earlier, like way earlier, the clothes and the perfume, she will travel with you to the camp. So we're gonna do this pretty long escort mission. We're gonna take her over this hill, because that's basically just the fastest way to get to where we have to go. And she can fall on this little dock here, but hopefully she doesn't.
Make it quick, Outlander.
Do a little bit of fast traveling to get to the next Telvanni counselor. I'm gonna mark right there and just save a little bit of time by not having to float all the way back down. And you notice there's a common theme of needing to bribe these counselors
I'm waiting.
to gain their support. So now that we're kind of in the mainland here, I'm gonna mark at her and then gonna take care of another tribe's quest that's all the way up north here. But before I do that, I'm also going to gain the support of the last Telvanni counselor to be officially named their Nervarine. Or actually Hortator.
You talk too much, Outlander.
This is really unfortunate. Yeah, NPCs have a random path. That one can get in your way, so you have to just rest. But there isn't much you can do about that. And that's very rare. Because if he's in the hallway there, you can sneak by him, but if he's in the front of the hallway, then you can't get past him. Anyway, up here is another one of the tribes, the Ahamusa tribe. She wants me to make a shrine safe for them to basically use. And we don't really do that, but she recognizes us doing it anyway once we bring her there. You don't actually have to kill anything. It's very misleading, but that's just how it works. So if I kill an enemy while I'm escorting an NPC, they'll move a little bit faster. So there's always a mud crab right there that I just spend one scroll on. And she gets a slight movement increase. So she actually has a permanent water walking on. Water walking is a spell that's in the game, and she's programmed to have water walking on. I'm just using my levitation. And yeah, I'm gonna guide her all the way across the water up north to this shrine. Very hostile shrine where there's basically a prolonged battle going on, as well as dangerous enemies. And we seem to have aggroed a cliff racer, which shouldn't really matter. I can just blast it with one of the scrolls and take care of it instantly. And of course, because we're in a marathon, we gather aggro from another one. Sometimes she can just run away from it and be fine, but we'll see what happens. I might have to kill it. I might not have to kill it. Looks like this Nyx hound caught up to us. I'm gonna save here because I tend to crash while entering this location. But okay, I was fine this time. And right here, I'm gonna use my Golden Saint Scroll that I obtained from persuading one of the counselors and to deal with one of the enemies there. Because he has a paralyzation dagger. Looks like the reflect from the Golden Saint reflected onto the enemy, which is very good RNG. Because if you get hit by him, you lose a lot of time, because he basically stun locks you. Okay, so that's done. You just bring her to the center of the room, and she'll give you the NoGA3 title. Even though there's tons of enemies everywhere still in this area. It doesn't really make any sense, but yeah, I mean, it's a game from 2002, so there's got to be some holes somewhere. Okay, so now we're done with that, and we have to escort this slave bride that we purchased and basically dressed up to convince that to the tribe leader that she is a fancy bride. And it works out. So that was a good plan that actually the wise woman of the tribe advises us to do. There might be a couple enemies along the way, but they're all trivial, so I can just use a scroll on them, and they'll get one shot. So, character models in this game are really ridiculous. And the running animation is just amazing when you've got a lot of movement speed. So, I'm just going to show this off a little bit while we can just kind of goof around. And my pants are shiny because they're these enchanted pants. So anything that's enchanted has like an aura around it. Like a shiny aura. They just look really absurd. Okay, so now we're at our destination. Just have to talk to him and get named NoGA3. And we're gonna close out another NoGA3, Hortator actually, because this is a house. This guy we dueled to the death, and I came out victorious. So I report to the leader that I've won and gained all the support, and I get Hortator. Oh, I didn't mark. That's okay. I didn't lose any time, really. I was able to teleport here from an CV intervention scroll, which brings me to the nearest temple. So even though I was like across the island, the nearest temple is actually basically where I just was. So that's fine. We're gonna get our final quest from Caius here. It's basically like kind of informational sort of quest. We're gonna visit someone who has been imprisoned, basically for following beliefs that are criticized by basically the system, I guess you can call it.
We make a special trip just for you.
But first we need to go to her office where she's left a note for us. So she's up here in this floating rock, which is basically a prison. And there's this person who is secretly working for us up there. She gives you a key to get into a high lock level door. And the rest of the locks here are low level, so we can take care of them using our Leaguer scrolls. And she's here. And we give her one of our Divine Intervention scrolls as a way of freeing her. And we're going to use one ourselves to basically travel to where she is taking refuge in a secret monastery. So you talk to this person who brings you there. And it has to be 6 to 7 a.m. or p.m., so I have to wait a little bit. And the door will open up. So I learned about the Lost Prophecies. It's very complicated. I'm not going to go into it. But anyway, now that I've done everything that I need to do, I can basically get to the very end and meet with the god Vivek in his city here. So I arranged for a meeting, get the key to unlock the palace door here, and he's going to give us an artifact called Wraithguard, which gives us the ability to wield the tools that you need to destroy the main enemy.
We make a
So now I have
special
that.
trip just for
I
you.
can make my
Say low,
assault on
right?
the final area. I just want to check that I have
Why
enough
walk
stuff
when you
before I
can
do that.
ride?
Alright, I should be fine. I'm gonna rest for a drone rush before we go. And make the final jump with our final copy of this Icarian flight scroll. So we're gonna jump towards the center of the entire island. But first we have to gather the tools of destruction that are being quote-unquote heavily guarded in these fortresses that are being controlled by the enemy. Gonna drop some stuff to lower my encumbrance and equip this this glove that basically allows me to wield this this weapon. And I'm gonna equip it. This sword that I just obtained is called Keening, and it has a nice speed boost on it, so we go ahead and equip that. And I'm gonna float all the way over here to obtain the other item that we need, the other weapon called Sunder. Some tricky interior movement here. You can get easily caught on edges or walls, all kinds of things. This guy is pretty easy though. You just alternate between frost and fire to do a little bit more damage on him. And we're heading towards the final area for the final showdown. Some more tricky interior movement here. And time is coming up pretty soon. Probably about 30 seconds-ish.
Welcome, Moon and Star, to this place where destiny is made. What a fool you are. I'm a god. How can you kill a god? A grand and intoxicating innocence.
And time.
How could you be so naive? There is no escape. No recall or intervention.
You no longer bear the burden of prophecy. You have achieved your destiny. You are free. The doomed Denemer's folly, Lord Dagoth's temptation, the tribunal's...
If you'd still like to do that, of course. We can just set it for another time if you need to.
Oh, okay, what's going on?
There was the bonus 80% NMG you had submitted.
Yeah, I'm up for it if there's time.
We're like 30 something minutes ahead.
Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Okay, awesome.
Awesome. Thanks for donating, guys. Any percent is a much shorter category. We're gonna go straight to this location. Without this this item that I have, Wraithguard. Basically, you need Wraithguard to survive wielding those items. They'll basically drain your life instantly. But we're gonna be able to survive it using some potions, essentially.
Alright, just give me a countdown when you're ready.
All right, I'm gonna have to start the game up again. Just a moment. So yeah, the routing for this is pretty different because we don't do any quests. We just go straight to the end as a level 1. I'm gonna start the unskippable beginning cutscene here.
There you go. You were dreaming. What's your name?
Go ahead and keep the name that
Not even last night's
you gave
storm
me.
could wake you. I heard them say we've reached
Sounds good.
Morrowind. I'm sure they'll let us go.
So the
Quiet.
estimate for this
Here comes the
one
guard.
is about
This is
9
where
minutes.
you get off. Come with me.
It's a pretty short run. It should be less than 9 minutes. So yeah. Alright. 3, 2, 1, go. Same story here. Gonna skip the guard and I got it. Saved a whole whopping 1 second. Some more diagonal movement as usual. As you move 40% faster. while you're moving diagonally.
This is where they want
I'm still gonna select Red Guard for their Adrenaline Rush ability, and do a little bit of manipulation with the pause menu
Follow me up to the office and they'll finish your
to
release.
select Red Guard faster. And the class here is mainly going to be for Conjuration, for the weapon that you're given, Athletics, Mercantile for better prices, and Short Blade for landing hits with the dagger from Conjuration. And we're going to get the Steed Bird sign, like every Morrowind speed run, because it gives you speed.
Now, before I stamp these papers, make sure this information is correct. Show your papers to the captain.
Still gonna steal the platter, drop it before you get confiscated, and then you're able to get away with it and sell it. Right here, I'm gonna actually do some extra jumps, because we're gonna do a very specific setup with the Icarian Flight Scrolls. Basically, jump to the Boots of the Blinding Speed immediately. If you have low stamina, you can make a shorter jump. So we make use of that mechanic by spamming some jumps while I'm making my way to these same scrolls. So right here, I'm gonna do a little jumping to lower my fatigue. You can basically spam jumps while you're moving up a slope, so right here is the best spot to do it. I'm gonna jump around a little bit even more while this guy's falling. Take the scrolls and head to Balmora again. Here we need some Resist Magicka potions. I'm gonna bind Resist Magicka, Mark, and Recall. And Mark right in front of the Potion Keeper there, Potion Seller, I mean. So right here, there's a specific setup you can do. By lowering your fatigue, and then pointing to this mountain, you can basically land right in front of the person who has the Boots of the Blinding Speed. So I'm gonna have to use a second copy to survive. And we're like right in front of her. I'm gonna use my Bound Dagger that I have from Conjuration as a major skill. And I'm gonna equip those boots and take her gold. And that brings us to Alderune, which we're gonna visit the Mages Guild. So no, you'll notice that my screen is dim because I have some of the blind effect active on me. In the last run, I didn't have any blind effect because I took a 100% Magicka resistance, but this time I am only gonna have 40%. You make a quick detour up here in the Caldera Mages Guild and steal some very valuable alchemy equipment. And once I have that, I'm gonna actually murder one of the people here. This person has a wizard staff, which gives me levitation. And then this person here is the scrolls merchant, who has these frost scrolls, which I'm gonna need, and some unlock scrolls. So at this point, I'm just doing some more potion shopping. This time I'm going to get more Mark and Recall, more Resist Magicka, and Fortify Health. Specifically 6 Fortify Health, 3 Resist Magicka, and 3 Mark and Recall each. I'm gonna keybind the Fortify Health and the Frost Scroll. We've got everything we need to finish the game already, and without using any glitches, so it's kind of incredible.
We make a special
since I committed crimes, that person won't allow me to travel unless I bribe him, so that's kind of funny. Now I'm gonna jump towards the... Oh, I wasn't supposed to do that. Oof. Well, I have this convenient save at this very spot, so that's fine. So we kind of cheated a little bit, but it's gonna be the same conditions. Anyway, we jump basically straight towards the center. I'm just gonna make my way to the this same fortress that we just visited in our last run at the very end. But I cannot equip the weapon because I'll just basically insta-die, get insta-gibbed. Just gonna steal it and keep heading our way to the next weapon that we have to obtain to finish the game. Gonna have to refresh my levitation here. I'm going to use a combination of the dagger and these frost scrolls to take out this guy. So it's kind of hard to see. So the movement is pretty tricky. So a lot of getting a good time involves, you know, having very precise movement. I was able to get a critical hit on this guy because I was basically tricking him into making him flee because I used a frost scroll out of his line of sight. So that causes him to flee, and then the melee attack will be a critical hit because he is fleeing, basically. So that does a lot of extra damage and saves some time. Now we're in the very end already. Just making our way through these areas, not getting hit by anything. I'm gonna pop all of my potions, the Fortify Health and Resist Magicka. Now I'm going to start using these ranged frost scrolls and use this little cave formation to block his fire spell.
Why have you come unprepared?
And I've won the battle. I'm going to take this ring here for extra Magicka resistance.
What a
I have to do this very precisely
How can
here.
you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. How could you be so naive? There is no escape. No recall or intervention can work in this place.
And time.
Come, lay down your weapons. It is not...
You no longer bear the burden of prophecy. You have achieved your destiny. You are free. The Doom Dreamer's folly, Lord Dagoth's temptation, the Tribunal's seduction, the God's heart freed, the prophecy fulfilled. All fate sealed and sins redeemed. If you have pity, mourn the loss.
Oh, sorry, this ending cutscene is super loud.
The blight is gone,
It's all good.
and the sun's golden honey gilds the land. Hail, Saviour, Hortator, and Nerevarine. Your people look to you for protection. Monster and villains, great and small, still threaten the people of Vardenfell. Enemies and evils abound, yet indomitable will might rid Morrowind of all its ills. For you, our thanks and blessing, our gift and token given. Come, take this thing from the hand of God.
Alright. So that's all from me. Thanks for having me. Sorry there was a mishap with my PC crashing and stuff. But
Happens.
we made it. So, yeah.
Next we have Princess Remedy